are you doing?
I'm going with you.
You're just creeping up behind me there.
They have sheep. I want to go see the sheep.
Well, I need to talk to the people at Borgo, so we're going to stay at Borgo. That's what we're going to do. What do you know, Chloe?
We have the
8550?
No.
8550?
Or is it that one?
That's a 9650.
What one do we have?
We've got the 9950. So that's the 25,000 litre model. And then
So we've got the better one.
we've got the bigger one. They're the exact same machine other than difference in size. This is the Bourgault 4420. We were going to come and have a look at this. This is the deep knife drill, Chloe.
The deep knife?
Deep knife. So it can go deep.
Well, no, go shallow.
Yeah, well, it might do that.
You don't have it.
I think we can adjust it to go shallow as well, just quietly.
Nice.
Okay, so we find ourselves at the Borgo stand here with Adam from Borgo. We met a couple of weeks ago before their open days. How did the open days go?
Yeah, no, it was a really good event. Pretty happy with how it went.
Yep, you had a fair few people through?
Yeah, the weather it was a bit wet on a few days, but that sort of generally works in our favour.
Yeah.
Can't do much around the farm, so you might as well go and have a look. And
That's right. If you're not doing shed jobs, you may as well go and check out some new machinery for
exactly.
sure.
So yeah, no, it was a good opportunity for people to come in and see the whole range. Yeah, pretty good to have everything on display, and
Yep.
yeah, people were
Did
pretty
you just
impressed.
get some photos for your catalogues and whatever you need to do while it was all sitting out there?
Yeah, we didn't do
Probably
enough
should
as we
have.
should have, but yeah, we had a bit of a crack at it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Now we're going to have a look at this 4420 deep knife drill.
Yep.
I was mentioned this one in the demo day video I did for you guys.
Yep.
And run us through what the deep knife drill. What are you targeting with it particularly?
It was specifically designed by the Canadians to compete in that market. The Australian market has sort of led more towards a drill that can sort of dig in, really sink that front fertiliser knife down in the ground, bust it open.
Yep.
But still maintain a nice, consistent seed depth and accurate placement there. So yeah, this is what the engineers come up with. There's a few good features that are a bit unique to this machine and its competitors in the same product range. So we're pretty happy with that ourselves, and as well as customers who have been using them for the last few years are very happy with the job they do.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Now run us through the tine unit here.
Yeah.
Front to back.
So front to back, you get fertiliser knife here at the front, which hydraulically adjustable breakout pressure in the cab.
That's up to X40, is it?
Not
for that one?
Not for this one. So this one we just run an independent switch box, which is what we call a 500, and basically it's just a digital screen. You can set the pressure. Not that it's a big deal in sort of locally this area.
Yeah.
But if you're coming up to a rocky bit of country, you can actually like drop the pressure back, so you're not going to pull big rocks out.
Yeah.
And the big feature is this can be digging in 4, 5, 6 inches, however deep you put this in the ground, and that can actually break out. And because it's independent of the seed, that can go from 4 and lay back and come back to 3 or 2, and this will still maintain an inch of seed depth. So it's not like as soon as that starts to break out that this is going to lift up and start spraying seed all over the ground.
Yeah, yep.
So that's a pretty handy feature.
Independent breakout, yeah, that's handy, isn't it?
Yep.
Now obviously seed adjustment on the back.
Yeah,
here.
seed depth adjustment on the back, which is also, it's pretty simple. It's just a pin, 1/4 inch increments from shallowest to deepest, so you got plenty of travel there.
Yep. Nice wide press wheels. You got a range.
Yeah,
of press wheels,
range of press wheels. Generally speaking, we're just going this 4.5 inch V press wheel, but there's a VU, so not quite as aggressive.
Yeah, okay.
And then depending on soil finish, or if you get into real light country, there's a couple of rounded versions that you can use as well.
Yeah, so tine spacing, look at 10 and 12, you guys usually aim for?
Well, so another thing the Canadians made this metric for us, so 250 or 300 mil.
Yeah,
Insane.
That's wild. Why would we use metric?
Yeah, anyway, that's a
I must be old school still.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, there's one guy, a 60-footer going through the shop at the moment, and it's actually on 10-inch spacing. So.
Yeah, right.
But we've done a few odd ones. Like that's the good thing because we assemble them here in Australia. We've had a few different random requests. So I think we've done like a 360 mil.
Okay.
365. Like there's all sort of different things. So
you can adjust them out fairly well.
Yeah. Well, there's no wheels in the frame, so it's nice and open. We just put the openers on where they've got to go, and
Yep.
yeah, it's all symmetric, so it's not like they're offset to navigate an obstacle in the bar.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Very flat heads on the machine for the pipes, are they? It must fold up fairly compact. Can you tell me what the width is off the top of
Yeah,
your
so
head?
folded up, both the 12 metre and the 18 metre machine fold up to under 5.5
Yeah, right.
metres
That is narrow.
and under 5 metres high. So
Yep.
that was another tick box that was sort of a requirement on the wish list when we went to the engineering team for the
Yep.
initial R&D.
Yeah, daily maintenance, I was looking on this and it looks like you've got 3 or 2.
So there's 4 grease
4
nipples
tunnel,
like
yep.
on the parallel around setup there, and then there's another one on the press wheel.
Yep.
250-hour service interval butt because they're
Yeah,
a needle
okay.
roller bearing.
So what are you looking at? 1 every 10 days if you're running 24 hours?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty good. What's that?
Yep.
Sort of 4 times a season, I suppose?
Yeah, and it depends on the operator. Like some of the smaller blokes are getting away with it. They're not sort of doing it too much. But the other good thing is, so there's 2 different bar layout designs. So this is what we call our extended or expanded row. So there's a when you sort of look side on the profile, if you look down the gap here, so from the back of the press wheel on the front row to the front vert knife, I think it's a 15-inch gap.
Yep.
So
Trying to help with
yeah,
flow
so because
as
there's
well.
no coulters on it, it just helps with trash flow, and it can sort of walk through there and to get through that machine to do any service maintenance work.
Yep.
It's very easy.
Yep.
There is the ability to put.
Is this as high as it goes?
I think it goes a little bit higher than this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not very too much work to get in there
Nah.
and get the grease nipples down, and not too bad for changing height either.
Yeah.
15 minutes with 2 blokes, you'd
Yeah.
have it covered on a 60-foot, 18 metre machine.
Yeah.
Still working in feet and inches.
Yeah. There is options to put the coulters across the front, but the coulters sit here, so this front row sort of comes back to here, and the middle
Yeah,
one moves
okay.
back, so it
Is
tightens it up a
the
bit.
cold as a mid-row bander? Is that what they're doing, or you can do either?
Well, generally speaking, because we, to the best of my knowledge, I don't really know many people in Australia that are doing the Trimax, so triple shoot.
Yep.
So because we're already double shoot here, we're just coulters across the front, but there's no reason why we couldn't put mid-row banders there if someone
Really
wanted that
Yeah,
option.
Yep.
Yeah, we have set up a couple with like the triple shoot setup, even though it's only a double shoot bin. Customers can choose whether or not they want to spread a bit of fur out the front through like a scatter plate.
Yep. No, we run a
or
similar system to
drop
that
down the back.
on the boss.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'll go for a bit of a look around the front here.
Yep.
So all steerable front axle on it as well.
Yeah, so steerable front axle. When you preset the hydraulic brake out, when you put the openers in the ground, these little rams here extend and lock that front axle solid,
Yeah,
so that
okay.
it tracks down the run, and then as the bar comes up, they automatically retract.
Interesting. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so just
So that would help with just actually keeping the machine straight in the rows, like inter-row
Yeah.
sewing and all
Correct,
those sorts
yeah.
of things.
and depending on what you set that brake out, like it's a predetermined, just a manual adjustment, but
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
either
just
make
that
it harder or
valve, yeah.
softer, depending. Like if you've got heaps of obstacles, trees and stuff that you're always
want it.
navigating around, you can back it off a bit so it's not so much resistance on it, but
Yep.
if you've got
Makes
nice
sense.
straight open runs, you can crank it up. The openers in the middle here are actually locked up, like we've put the pins in it because this thing's been transported around, but
Ah, yeah.
when it folds up, the first sequence is all the openers lift, like lay back,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
it folds, and that's how they were managed to get the transport width and
Right
height
in.
so good, because instead of having the openers poking so far out, they suck them in, and then you can lower the frame as well to reduce your transport height
Yeah, right.
going down the
Interesting.
road. So
Yeah.
bit of
So
thoughts
that's
going
pretty-
into it.
Yeah, they have thought about that pretty well, haven't they?
Yeah. Going away from the single, going to the singles, I should say, as opposed to the
Making
dual
it easy to
caster
change
wheels.
tyres if you need to and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
That's always a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just very an Australian thing too, I suppose. Like that, the dual caster wheels is very Canadian. It's, yeah, something that we sort of put on the wish list.
All right, we'll go have a look at the 9000 series cut.
Yeah.
Happy with that, Clever?
Your name on it.
Well, there's already, two neighbours already got one.
Yeah.
The
Can't be outdone by them.
Nah, well, I think we can be. The 9950s, it's a pretty big card already, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're certainly proving popular in our area with trying to get sort of big capacity with 80-foot machines and
Yeah.
60-foot machines, and then just people are tired of filling up. Like you're sort of doing 100 kilos of DAP or MOP,
Yeah.
and then you're doing 80 kilos of seed. It's not like you're doing 30 and 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you do need the bigger carts to
Yeah.
to really get your efficiency up.
And that's something that we noticed. Like our 8000 series product range starts at about 12,000 litres, and we get people that have had 4, 6, 9,000 litre cart. They want to update. They come to us and we're like, oh, 12,000 is where we start, and they sort of get a bit
Yeah.
shaky, and
Yeah,
they say,
that's-
geez, that's a big bin. It looks high. What are you going to do here? They make the purchase. You go and do the startup. Come back a week or two later for that follow-up visit. They're like, yeah, well, we wish we had done this earlier. Like this capacity, efficiency, it just makes a world of difference.
Yeah, the 9950 we've got, it really did sort of change the game for us. We were getting 60 hectares nearly everywhere with a 60-foot bar, and that was good. It was a
Yeah.
15,000 litre flexicore cart. With the 9950 barley wheat, we're doing 160, 170 hectares. So
Yeah.
it really is a big jump up.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, there's a little bit more width on the road. I will give it that. That's
Yeah.
a bit of a problem for us, particularly because the 9950's got jewels on the back.
Yeah.
But other than that, you wouldn't even go backwards. Like with the scales on them on each box,
Yeah.
you'd never go away from that once you've had it.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
And I think the saddle tank's a very good feature too. Like, if for blokes who are doing a reasonable amount of canola,
Yeah.
you can soon, like, yeah, they're got a bit of a price associated with it, but yeah, the efficiency that you pick up and just be able to keep the machine in the paddock and going when the conditions are right, you just want to.
So that's an interesting. I got an interesting story about that actually. So we have the saddle tank on ours. It holds one full bulker bag.
Yeah.
Is generally what it holds. If you fill it up, where you can get at 4, I think we work on 4 kilos back then. We could do, I think it was 300 hectares with just flat out DAP from
Yeah.
start to finish with the canola in the side
Yeah.
side tank. So we were doing about 2 days worth of sowing before we
Yeah.
even had to look at filling anything.
Yeah.
And then you deal with one truck.
Yeah.
Since then we went to the dual chute setup and putting your 150 kilos of urea at the front. It's brought it back to about 130, 120 hectares before we have to fill up.
Yeah.
It's slightly less efficient than the barley wheat
Yeah.
DAP combo now.
Yeah. But it's still a very efficient operation. Like, one person can go, get
Yep.
on the tractor, they do their maintenance and fill up the fuel and go and get done. It's not like they stop with the auger of the conveyor out, filling it up all the time. You can just get in and get
And
into
get
it.
it done.
Yeah.
I reckon we can fill 2 products with, what's the size of this?
It's a 15-inch
It's
belt.
a 15, and the 1300's got
20, I reckon.
20, yeah, it's bigger again.
Yeah.
I reckon we can do it from start to finish in about 45 minutes
Yeah.
with B double and a single.
Yeah.
So for your 2 different products, it works quite well for us. We get B double for the urea, and the DAP is generally in the single. You can get 3 fills out of both,
Yeah.
and you're going for your trucks, and you've covered nearly 400 hectares in that time, which
Yeah.
is more than a day.
Yeah, and the
It's
speed,
about
like
day and a half.
they can shift some product. Like, you're not there for very long. You get it full and you're back in the paddock
That's right. Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Anyway, let's have a look at a couple of features. We'll start
Yep.
with the section control up the front here. So you've got, what do you got? 1 on this one. It's,
Yeah, so this
as
we've only
said,
got
it was
single
2.
shoot
That's
section control tower on this one.
Yep.
It's a double shoot, just another mirror image of it.
Yep.
A lot of people look at it initially and get pretty freaked out by it because they think it looks pretty complex. But once you understand how it works, it is a very simple setup.
Actually, when the first time I ever looked at one was here in Henty, and
Yep.
I was sold on the section control as soon as someone told me how it works. So how does it work? Show us how it works.
Yeah, so basically your product will come down this main 7-inch pipe here and then splits off, so you can do either 6-port, 8-port or 10-port section control.
Yep.
Your rate controller of preference, whatever you've got controlling it. Little electric solenoid controls these rams here. So this ram will either open or close. Behind this cover here is a knife. There's 2 different ports here, so it's basically just blocking off the flow of product through the pipe.
Yep.
But then this second pipe here, which bleeds air off from the inside of the bend so that there's no seed, it's just air. Maintains to blow air through the line so that it's not stopping airflow, and
You don't get
a stall and a plug in that pipe. So
Yeah. Yep.
and then depending on how many sections close, the meter just slows down by that percentage to compensate so that you're not applying a higher rate to the remaining sections. So
Yep.
it's very simple and reliable.
You just got to be.
Yeah.
The one thing I found with it is you just got to be aware of how much product you're putting out, and when it slows down, you say you go from 8 sections back to 4 sections left, so half the machine.
Yep.
That your auger doesn't slow down too much that it starts stalling and carrying on.
Yep.
You got to try and make sure your gearing's right for it. For sure.
Yeah, it's something that you like, and that's a good thing to sit down with your salesman before you make the purchase and work
100%.
out what rate you're going to do, what speeds you want to sew at, and turn, I suppose, too, because you might sew at 8, 10, 12 if you're going a bit quicker, or with the disc machine or whatever.
Yep.
But it's that turn at the speed at the turn, I should say. So what that auger's got to do to achieve that rate to
Yep.
make sure that it's not over applying or under applying.
Yep. We'll go and have a look at the seed augers underneath here.
Yeah.
If I can get down in here. If I can do it without falling over.
Yeah.
Can you open that side up there?
Yep. You can take it all the way off if you want. Yeah.
So you get your 3 speeds here.
Yeah, 3 chain speeds. A lot of people, like when I go and do the startup, I set it on the middle one, and that's
pretty
it's
good.
got a good enough variation in range to do most things.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty simple design. There's a hydraulic motor onto the chain.
Drives the auger.
Drives the auger. There's a grease nipple on each end of the auger. Yeah.
Got to keep the grease up to them once every 12 hours, I think is the recommended amount.
Yeah, once a day, and it's not a huge volume of grease. Like it's only a shot or 2, just more so to push the product or that fertilizer dust out of the bearing.
Yep.
There's the initial dust seal on the outside of the bearings, plus there's an additional rubber seal on the end of the shaft. I don't know if you ever come across that.
Yeah, so you come across that at the start of the season, at the start of the last season. So this one's got 2 pipes.
Yeah, it's got the pipes. We just haven't
got
put the tower on there because it's just a field day
And
unit.
then you've got obviously your wheel for measuring how many revs it's doing.
Yep.
You've got scales on each singular bin, so you can it does the Dynacal as it's called.
So the Dynacal, which is what the Topcon option or Topcon rate controller feature uses. So basically you're doing
scale pads there.
Yeah, so the scales are always consistently monitoring the volume in the bin, and then the rate controller knows how much product it should have theoretically put out.
Yep.
So every 16 minutes it does that equation, and will automatically.
Why 16 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know why 16 minutes, but I know that's the number.
Yeah. It takes you 16 minutes to know you've stuffed it up completely. I found that too.
Yeah. No, it'll be some North American thing where they talk about the quarters and all that. You know how they like to do things different.
Now we since the first time we ever set it up, we got the initial cal factors.
Yeah.
We haven't calibrated once. We just use the Dynacal for everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you change DAP, MAP, seed, different varieties of seed, you can see a change in the calibration straight away.
I had a phone call from a northern New South Wales customer who had gone sowing, and he was ringing out with this certain question. Anyway, I said, "Oh, how did you go when you done your calibration?" He's like, "No, I haven't done a calibration. I just pulled this thing out." He still had barley in it from the previous year left in the bin, and he just gone so. He's like, "Ah, no. By the time I've done one lap of the paddock, it'll have calibrated itself."
Yeah, that's right. That's about right.
Stuck my fingers in my ears. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it really
they're very simple.
is. It really is that simple. It's sort of
They're engineers by farmers for farmers. They're sort of kept in mind maintenance, ease of operation, reliability. They're built pretty heavy and robust.
Yep. So just look at the options here on the thing for those people playing at home. So you get two leading options, a 9650 and a 9950. So there's 22,900 litres and 33,470 litres.
Yeah.
I believe that's the biggest leading cart in the world, isn't it?
I reckon it is.
And
Yeah.
then
We've been pipped on the trailing ones now by a couple of competitors.
we won't mention their names.
But-
They're dead to us.
Yeah, but for a long time we were the largest trailing.
Yep. I didn't realise that had been overtaken, but yeah. So the 9650, 22,900, just like the leading, 33,470,
Yeah.
and the big one, the 1300, is a 45,000 litre.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include the saddle tank option, which
Correct.
is
Another
amazing.
1,500
So,
litres.
we have the saddle tank. We've got. Is this one got the crane on it?
No, it doesn't have the crane. It has got the
So
saddle
some
tank
of
on the
them
other
have got
side.
this. If I can see on the camera here, this bulk boom crane here for lifting bulker bags straight up into your saddle tank.
Yep.
Everyone who I know who's got one of those loves it.
Yep.
So I have one and I love it.
Yeah,
It's very
but even
good.
for the blokes who don't want to go that extreme, the pallet storage becomes another handy option.
Yeah.
Like,
The
you can
pallet storage is
load a
almost,
pallet of 20 kilo bags on there with the forklift, and especially for people who haven't had scars before, it can be daunting to chuck more than a couple of bags in at a time. They want to keep a track of it.
So we on our one we've loaded the saddle tank up and then put we have 250 kilo bulker bags.
Yep.
They're like a
Yeah,
quarter
like a low
bag.
profile thing.
We'll put about 3 of them here and have the crane sitting on top to hold them there,
Yep.
along with a couple of straps.
Yeah,
So you can go for a long time seeding canola before you need to come back or get some sort of fill up from trailer or something. But
Yep.
the good thing is when a bloke comes with the trailer, you just back it up to the bulk boom crane and pick it up off the ground. And away you
Yep.
go. I feel like I'm selling this myself.
yeah. You're talking
It's
yourself.
almost, it's almost like I bought one for a reason, you
Yeah,
know.
I think you're talking yourself into another one.
No, they're a good machine.
Yeah,
That about covers most of it.
yeah.
Different. You've got tracks option for the back, don't you?
Oh, previously we had done, or aftermarket people have done tracks. It's not something that we typically do here in Australia.
Okay.
They can be pretty tough on them because there's
Yeah.
no suspension. The tyres are designed to sort of take that shock load out.
Yep.
So there's a 3 metre wheel centre option with these 800s, which is a very popular option, especially on the 650s. So you can stay in your tram lines, and then once you go to a 950, you go rear duals.
Yep.
The 1300 has duals all around.
Yeah, jewels front and back.
Yeah,
There's the jewels there.
yeah.
All right, very good. Well, that'll about cover it, I reckon.
Yep.
Thanks
No,
very
right.
much for that. I
All right.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming and dropping in and saying good day.
Yeah, we'll have to see you around sowing time again next year, I reckon.
Yep. No
Sounds
dramas at
good.
all. Sounds good.